Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I had a couple things I wanted to do today. There was supposedly some sort of an radio-controlled car show that was happening, but I went over there and there didn't seem to be anything happening. I couldn't even find the place. I did also want to go check out a hobby town in town, because there's something I want to do on that, but it's Sunday and they're closed today. So since I was so close to being downtown, I just decided I was going to take a trip down here and just kind of walk around the downtown area and see what's going on. There's always kind of something fun to see down here, and maybe we'll take a walk down to the bridge and see how the suspension bridge is coming along. That should be opened up pretty soon here, I hope. One of the things I kind of like about what they're doing down here is they're trying to make the downtown area a little bit more hip and a little bit more trendy. And so you're starting to see all sorts of this street art that's put on the wall. Look, there's a football player battling a mammoth. Yeah, see, you don't see that very often, right? And a T-Rex going after a monkey. Looks like they're just getting a bunch of different street artists to come down here and do things. Texas Ranger riding a bear, holding the Texas flag. Now this area here is kind of interesting because this used to actually be a road, but they closed the road off and kind of turned it into a little fun hangout area. And it's got some great art too, so I think I've been down here before, but a lot of this art is changing on a fairly regular basis. So I'd like to come down here and kind of document all this when I can. Honoring some of the buildings in the area, the Roosevelt Hotel, the McClellan House and Hotel. See, I think they just get different artists to come down here and do each one of these. That's kind of fun that they do that. Definitely make an environmental message there. Yeah, see, there's something else you don't ever see. Cigar smoke, driving a bus. I think some of these are definitely advertisement, because Slow Burn Waco, that sounds like that could be like a tobacco shop or something like that. Now check out this one. This has got all sorts of cool movie references in it. Because there's Thor from the Avengers. I don't know if I know exactly who these two are. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That might even be Buzz Lightyear above him. I don't know. And that's clearly Forrest Gump. Hanging out with the guy from Sling Blade, and the guy from Sling Blade has Michael Myers behind him there. No, that's Jason, isn't it? Yeah, that's Jason. Sorry, sometimes I get him confused here. There's a dude up there riding a T-Rex. That's clearly a reference to E.T. there. And the UFOs, I don't know. Look, the UFO there looks like Scooby-Doo is driving it, but I'm wondering if the rest of them, they look kind of like the UFOs from Mars Attacks. And there's King Kong hanging on the side of the Alico building. And Spider-Man too. That's kind of cool. They took all these movie characters and put them over the backdrop of iconic images from Waco here, because you got the Alico building there, you got the Magnolia Silos, you got the Suspension Bridge, and the McLean Stadium over there where the Baylor play. Yeah, that's kind of cool. This is one of those you could just spend a whole bunch of time looking at, keep seeing new things here. That one's pretty cool too. Looks like an eagle's eye. Yeah, see, it looks like now I'm seeing different companies are sponsoring some of these pieces of art, so. Encouraging everyone to get vaccinated. Wonderful. There's an elephant kind of rampaging through town, it looks like. Once again with a bunch of iconic Waco images, the Alico building, the suspension bridge, the silos in the front here. An advertisement for a bank. Another advertisement for a bank. Yeah, I'm guessing if your company sponsors it, you get to basically turn it into an ad. Whatever. It's kind of interesting to look at out here. HEB. There's kind of a cool Dia de los Muertos image. Day of the Dead. You got to kind of take this one in because it's almost like two pieces of art in one here. You got this center black and white image, but then extending out, everything turns into color, and it goes all the way down to the ground here. That's kind of cool. So I guess this was maybe when this was all done, the chalk walk. I've read about that on Facebook. It's come across my timeline a few times. But I guess this is a part of it. So let's continue on down the street and see what else we can see. I love some of the architecture of these buildings here. This is right above that Jake's restaurant place that I visited once that I wasn't really that impressed with, but I never looked up. Big mistake in a city like this. Walk down another little side street. Here's a couple other great murals. I was thinking it looked like they were a little faded out, but I think they were just done that way. Let's see if there's anything around the other side of this. Usually if you put 3 murals on a building, there's maybe more to it. Not here though. Look at the architecture of that place way up there. That's cool. So that's just a rock that's in the middle of the road here. I actually think that's a piece of obsidian. That's a piece of, if I'm right, that's a piece of volcanic black glass. That's kind of cool thing, just kind of seeing it out in the middle of the road here. Starting to get the holly up here, so it's starting to look a little Christmassy here. This will be where they'll have their big Christmas festival in, I don't know, the next month or so. Usually right there in that parking lot. But they got the whole kind of walkway here decorated up for that. And of course I've shown you this a whole bunch of times. This is one of the kind of the iconic things that you see down here along the river. Commemorating the fact that the bridge was the first real cross paths that allowed you to get over the river without having to bring cattle through the water, because that was sometimes kind of dangerous. Looks like they're making progress on the bridge, but it's still closed. It's November of 2022, so I don't know. We'll see when they get it done, if they get it done on time here. the fence is kind of keeping people out. It's kind of partially blown down, so actually I can kind of peer over there. That bridge looks like it's almost done. Looks like they should be ready to open this up again pretty soon here. I'm guessing they're going to probably repave this area here. But looks like they got all the main cables restrung. New deck on it, because the old deck was made out of wood. That looks like it's made out of concrete, so hopefully this will last for centuries more. I can't wait for them to reopen this, because I'm looking forward to crossing it again. Let's go see on the other side if we can see it from that end. Yeah, this is a view from the Washington Street Bridge. This is the next bridge over. Crossing the Brazos. See, I'm wondering maybe they don't have all of the suspension cables up yet. Although the lifts that they had a bunch of barges on there that were supporting the bridge. So maybe that is all they're going to do for support cables. I see it looks like one support cable every 8 or 10 feet. But like I said, I don't see any of the support barges anymore, so it's holding itself up. It actually looks like maybe they strung lights across the cables going across there. Maybe that's what I'm seeing, because it looks like every piece of vertical cable you get going down looks like there's like 3 lights on it. So that's cool. It's going to be nice and lit up at night. I'm really glad that they spent the time and the money to refurbish this. This bridge is a huge part of Waco history, and it'd be a shame if it was lost. I like having it here. I like walking on it. There's the Doris Miller Memorial. We've been down there a bunch of times. Even we were even there when they rededicated it about a year ago and they added some new stuff to it. So probably won't go down there today, but that's we've been there before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are lights on the cable. That's cool. That's something new. Good idea. Open this thing up at night. This place will look pretty cool. And even if you're not walking on it, it's going to look great just walking by it. So I was hoping to give you kind of a straight on view from this side of the bridge, but unfortunately the sun glare wasn't very good, so kind of having to take this angle here. But it does look like there's the same amount of work that needs to be done on this side as on the other side. They just got to rebuild the trail going from the street to the bridge. So it doesn't look like they're far off, and hopefully we'll be able to get back on this thing soon. So yeah, I think this is as close as I'm going to get to this thing today. Still a couple open areas there, so they got a bunch of caution tape up there. So I think that's all that I have for today. I hope you kind of enjoyed this little trip downtown, see what's going on down here, and a look at the suspension bridge. I'm going to close out this video by showing you a little time-lapse footage I shot of the bridge. Enjoy. Thanks as always for watching. Good night.